Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Welcome back to another episode of Peak Performers Podcast. I'm your host, Thor Conklin. Today, a listener has written in and wants to know the common mistakes people make in setting goals. Stay tuned. Has written in and wants to know the common mistakes people make in setting goals. Stay tuned. All right. So what are the mistakes in setting goals? I wrote down a few ideas and I'll share them with you now. There may be more, but let me share these. As a matter of fact, if there are more and you think there are, write into us. Thor at thorconklin.com. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well, but here's mine. Number one, they don't set them. That's the biggest mistake. People just don't set goals. You've got to set goals. Every year I go away for 4 days. I go to the beach, I go to the mountains, and I set the next year's goals. Disconnect, set your goals. Next, they play too small. You know, they sit there and they do something that's reasonable. Smart goals are stupid. Why would you want them to be realistic? Why do you want them obtainable? Come on, really. Shoot for the moon. Shoot for the stars. Shoot for Mars. Look, if I want to build not a compound, but a colony. If I want to build a colony on the moon, I'm not going to shoot for the moon. I'm going to shoot for Mars, Jupiter. You know, if I'm in a plane and I'm going to San Francisco and I'm in New York, I don't want enough fuel to get to San Francisco. I want enough fuel in the plane to go to Tokyo. All right? Planes don't take off with just enough fuel to get to the destination. No, you plan for something further. And if you end up shorter, look, if you were shooting for Mars and you ended up at the moon, would that not be a successful venture? I think so. Unless you're looking for Martians, because there's no Martians on the moon. But you get the idea. Think big, expand. I do this all the time with clients. Look, as an executive coach, my job is to expand what is possible. And the differences of making that quantum leap and obtaining things that is beyond your realm or your knowledge or what you thought is possible is so much easier than you ever think. Think big, act big. Next. They make them, they forget them, they don't check in, there's no plan, there's no milestones, there's no markers. If you're not familiar with milestones are simply the things that you need to hit every single month in order to be on target for your ultimate goal, your yearly goal. This is a big one. You hear me talk about it all the time. They're just interested in it. They're interested in their goals. They're not committed to their goals. Very different. If you're interested, you're not going to get there. You got to be committed. Okay, I'm getting ready to run a half Ironman. The reason I'm doing that is I committed to that several months ago. I committed to it. I told the world this is what I'm doing. There's no backing out. What am I supposed to say? Oh yeah, I'm an expert on execution, goal setting, and achievement, and I can't do my own? No. You've got to make a commitment. Tell the world what you're going to do. Get that leverage. Lack of clarity. I see this all the time. The goals are just so... You can't put any guidelines around it. I want to be in better shape. Well, what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. I want to grow my business. Great. Here's an extra $1. You grew your business. You need to have clarity around these goals. You can't have too many. If you have any more than 3 that you're going after, 3 big goals, man, you got too many. You're going to spread yourself too thin. You've got to be laser focused. Go after 1 to 3. That's it. A great book by Gary Keller, The One Thing. I've never been able to get down to 1 thing, but I can definitely get down to 3 things. And then the last one that I want to share with you. And again, write in, Thor at thorconklin.com. Please tell me if you've come up with additional ones, and I'll publish them. Be more than happy to do a revision of this. And that is people set their goals without understanding what the vision for their life looks like. And they go off and they create business goals or other goals in their life. And what happens is they're out of alignment. And they've got different goals that are in conflict with each other. You've got to understand where you're going. I have many clients that are extremely successful in business and have ended up in a position where they don't even want to be, yet they've achieved their goals, but they forgot to look at the overall vision for their life. Before you start setting goals, make sure you have a clear outcome, a clear destination of where you're going. Thanks for listening. Have an amazing day. These goal lessons, please re-listen to them. Take notes. You do not want to miss these, okay? Learn these lessons. I've made some of the mistakes along the way. I don't want to see you make the mistakes. Have an awesome day.